Going by trike. Here we go. What is YouTube? Bam! Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. You know me, I'm your host, Richie Rich. And we got a special guest in the house. My main man, he's usually behind the boards, controlling it all. Slick Rick, what's up, man?
Well, not much. It's just glad to be here.
It's good having you here, man. I haven't seen you since the last time I was at. Was it last time I was at home?
It was April.
It was April. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I'm gonna take this opportunity before I forget. I want to tell you how much me and Ching really appreciate having you controlling everything, producing the shows, making sure everything runs great. We really appreciate you having.
I mean, it's my pleasure, brother. Yeah. I mean, it's. I have a lot of fun doing it, and you guys are great people.
You make it really easy. You make it super easy. Today we're gonna have you on the show in place of Ching. We don't need Ching today. She say what she does.
Well, can I look at you with dreamy eyes like Ching does?
No, please don't, brother. Please do not. Please don't, man. I might get a little creeped out if we start doing that. So today's topic. But before we talk about the topic, what happened with the weather, man? Did I bring this?
Yeah,
BS weather
actually started on like Sunday. Like it just came down. It wouldn't stop, and then every now and then it would flare up, and it would stop.
Right.
And then like today, like make up your mind.
I don't know, man. California's supposed to be the sunshine state and all of that stuff. I guess it's Florida.
It gets fickle.
Yeah, it is. It's. I mean, it is wintertime.
Right.
So. But anyway, all right. Let's get on to the topic. So today's topic is if the U.S. is great, which the U.S. is. Why are people so miserable in the U.S.? That's the topic for today. Why are people so miserable in the U.S.? You know what it is. The phone lines are on. There should be no problem with the phone lines. But of course, we only have one line. So the number is scrolling across the bottom. If you want to call in, add to the show. You know how we do it. If you want to comment, make sure you comment. We'll try to read your comment. We'll try to read as many comments as possible during the show. But the topic of the show, the main part of the show is if the U.S. is great, which I think it is. This is my country. I'm not one of those people who says, "Oh, I hate the U.S. I hate America."
Right,
blah blah blah. I met people like that, and I don't subscribe.
I don't know why you would say you hate your own country.
I don't either.
That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you're not from here and you say, "Oh, I hate this country," that's different. But when you say, "I hate my country," why would you say something?
I don't know, bro. I'm not one of those. I love my country. Every country has its own problems.
Correct.
And our country is no different. I think we're still one of the greater countries in the world. Arguably the greatest, but I mean, I can make some arguments for others.
I guess it depends on what you're talking about, the greatest and everything.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to talk technology and stuff, but yeah, but there's things that we need to work on.
Exactly. I mean, if we're talking about military prowess or technology, like you said, I mean, one could easily argue, hey, we're up there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I don't know that I necessarily measure a country's greatness by just those factors. To me, I think the quality of life has to play a role in what you consider great.
I would also attribute the people. The people has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you come across just a bunch of people like, oh my God, what's wrong with these people?
Right.
But when you're warm and friendly, like the Philippines, for example, Thailand, are warm and friendly.
Sure.
That's great to be around.
And
it's great to be around.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come across people like communist countries, they're not happy people.
Right.
The only time I was in Guangzhou, like for a layover,
mm-hmm.
These people were like upset about stuff.
Right. In Guangzhou, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, obviously, I lived in China for 7 years, or almost 8 years, so I'm a little bit biased. I wouldn't say they're unhappy. I just think they're like robots.
Okay.
They're like robots. They're very controlled, and they just understand that the life they have, they don't have choices.
Okay.
They don't have the choice in their life. They can go out and work harder and do this, but still, they don't have the opportunities that we have in our country.
They don't have the freedom.
Basically. They don't have the freedom, and they're okay with it. They just learn because it's all they have. They don't know anything different.
Right.
So they just learn to accept it and live with it. It doesn't mean they're happy, but it doesn't mean they're sad either.
Right.
I just think, but I'll say it this way: there's a reason so many Chinese people are always immigrating to other countries.
More opportunity. I mean, bottom line, that's anybody's reason for wanting to get here.
Right.
Legally or illegally,
It's opportunity, right?
Yeah.
I'm never mad at the people who immigrate who are trying to get into the United States. I get it.
Right.
And I always say, if it was me, I would probably be doing the same thing. I mean, if you're a father, isn't one of your responsibilities to give your family the best possible life, right? And if you see that as working in the US, if you're making $1 an hour in some factory in Mexico or Central America or somewhere, and you can get across to the US and suddenly be making $25 an hour, that is a serious ass upgrade, right? Of course, the cost of living is going to upgrade too.
Yeah, you need 2 to 3, the whole house will basically kind of do that income.
Right.
It's kind of the way it is. I mean, what can you do about it?
Right. And I think in other countries, in some other countries, I think people work really hard. They work really hard. They're willing to come here and work hard.
They work long days, man.
Long days, work long hours. So let's get to the core of this. Do you think most people in the US are happy?
The people that I come across are generally happy. I mean, you're happy, I'm happy. All of my friends are happy. The ones that are miserable, you kind of don't necessarily pay that much attention to them because you don't want to be around somebody like a Debbie Downer, if you will.
Right.
Like somebody like always saying negative or always the negative things. So yeah, it's really how you deal with it. In the aspect of if you're one of those look on the positive side, half full, as the cliches go. You don't necessarily know that, man, this guy's struggling to make to pay his electric bill.
Right.
This guy's struggling to pay, put food on the table. But yet he's a good person. He's happy. He's doing the best that he can. But then you get the ones that, oh man, for today I'm going to do this. Why do we got to do that? It's like,
what do you think? What, in your opinion, what do you think about the quality of life in the U.S. now? I mean, compared to 10, 20 years ago. In my opinion, I'll give you mine first. I think the quality of life has really, really tapered off. I think so many people are in debt to where now we think it's normal. It's become normalized because when you buy your house, mostly you're in debt. You buy cars, you're in debt. Any of the stuff that a lot of the things, the material things that we buy, you're in debt. And now with social media, they got us comparing ourselves to other people on social media and thinking we should have what they have. So people are getting more and more in debt, and they don't realize that's the machine. That is what they want. They want us to be in debt, and they want us to be owing money for the rest of our lives because it makes them more money.
I mean, having 101 subscriptions for everything.
Right.
But I mean, I can't disagree with you other than it's just gotten more expensive to do, fill up your car. It's like, it's like $5, $6. When you first saw it, did you like, oh my Lord,
man, $5? I mean, almost $5 a gallon. Right now, I'm about to go to South Carolina tomorrow, Georgia and South Carolina tomorrow. I checked the cost of gas; it's like $2.70.
I wish ours were $2.
California, $5 a gallon. It's crazy.
I have not seen it go under $5, in quite some time.
Right.
And they keep saying that you can get it for $4, but I haven't seen it, to be honest with you.
The rent here for a 1-bedroom apartment here in the Bay Area, rent $2,500. You're not going to get less than $2,000 for rent in a 1-bedroom apartment. 1 bedroom.
No, and you unfortunately, it's not a big space either.
Yeah,
you're talking about a closet.
Right on this side of the bay. If you go across the bridge in San Francisco,
it gets to 3, 5.
3 to 5. It's 3 to 5.
It's
$1,000 a month. A month. Now I'm paying about for everything. I mean everything.
Right.
I'm paying like $500. I'm talking for $500 a month. I'm paying my rent, my utilities, gas, water, electricity, internet, everything.
Do you run your AC all day long or just from time?
24/7. 24/7. So the heat doesn't faze me. Obviously, I'm indoors working all the time. Sitting in my chair doing my thing. Right. So the heat doesn't faze me. I mean, I'll go out on my balcony at nighttime and in the morning. I love my balcony, but my balcony is it.
That video that you put with the New Year's Eve, I had never.
You gotta see it. It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. If you go to DC, you see it's DC 4th of July is pretty cool. But I've never been to a place where the whole entire city just erupts for 3 hours.
That was impressive.
It is impressive. It is impressive.
We've all seen good fireworks, but to be honest, it failed. in comparison, because there's like,
it's crazy.
Thing was just illuminated with all these fireworks going.
It's crazy.
It was cool.
Yeah, the lights. I don't know. I think I know Manila has its drawbacks. You know, it's a capital city, right? It's going to be crowded. There's more opportunities for Filipino people, but living in the city in Manila, to pay $500 for everything in the condo that I'm in, where it's absolutely secure. You got 2 gyms, 2 nice gyms, not gyms.
You showed me a video of your gym. It's
2 nice
really
gyms,
nice,
bro. 4 pools, 4 pools, a convenience store, actually 3 gyms if you count the CrossFit gym. We got a CrossFit gym too. Convenience store, 2 convenience stores, 2 laundromats where they'll deliver your water, deliver your laundry for $500, bro.
That's pretty good.
Right. Now, I mean, people always make these videos about, can you live in the Philippines for $1,000? I wouldn't recommend it, y'all. I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you couldn't. I wouldn't recommend it, because I think when you start putting in health insurance, things that you really should have, entertainment, traveling, traveling and doing stuff, it's going to cost you more than $1,000. I mean, but I do think, I honestly think that if you have between $2,000 and $2,500 as a single dude,
right,
you should be okay. You should be okay.
Right.
On $2,000 and $2,500. You can up that. You start dating a woman, you're gonna push that now to $3,000 easily. $3,000 to $3,500 easily, because now she's gonna start eating. Ching can eat, bro. Ching can eat. I know.
I hope she's not high maintenance.
Woo. Yeah. And if she's high maintenance, I mean, for me, I wouldn't mess with somebody high maintenance. No. But if she's high maintenance, bro, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine like being from one like extreme to that much. Like, wow, it can happen. You just don't pay attention to it.
Right.
You know, and you hook up with the wrong chick, boom, it just skyrockets.
Right. So you get with the wrong woman, you can get with the right woman for that matter. But I mean, even Ching, as small as she is, she is always hungry. Always hungry. God bless her. I mean, it's just who she is. She's just always hungry, and she can eat. So it's good. I mean, it's gonna cost you. But my point is, worst case scenario, if you're spending $2,500, $3,000, if you have a partner. For me, obviously, I'm hell bent on never dating any woman that doesn't have her own job and can't take care of herself. But my point is that you can do that on $2,500. You can do all of that on $2,500 to $3,000. Have your health insurance. Have everything you need. What does it cost you to live here in California, bro? I mean, if you broke it down, what does it cost you to live here?
Oh, Lord, an easy $5K a month.
About 5, and
that's including everything. Rent, like entertainment, like food, and all your utilities, gas for my cars.
Right.
It just kind of, you just kind of, but hey, this is, I live here in California. I've lived here pretty much all my life. I can't think of living anywhere else, but it's just starting to creep in the back of my mind now.
Right.
Like, okay, well, maybe I can, for that 5K, I could live, large, and live comfortably elsewhere. Even if I moved to Nevada, or Arizona,
anywhere, bro. But do you think in general? Do you feel like people in the U.S. are like anxious, a little angry, like people are on edge? That's the sense I get, that people are always like a lighter or a match away from just blowing
exploding.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with where they're from or where they live. Like in the city, you always have that people just don't have time for you. But yet you go to like some of the countryside, or you go like some of the suburbs or urban areas.
It slows down. It slows down.
Like for example, if you went to Santa Cruz, people are so friendly over it. Oh my God. It's like going to San Diego.
Right.
But it's just a little colder, but still it's like they're I mean, that aspect of the Bay Area. But the city itself, people I would agree that they get angry. I lived in the city all my life.
Strong, man.
They really are. And the biggest thing now is like parking.
Right.
People are like, they are protective of their parking spots.
Super crazy about the parking spaces.
Oh, yeah. Right. it's like you almost have to fight on a daily basis
Right.
to save your own spot. Like, okay, it's not even yours.
Right. I hear you. Hey, you guys don't forget the number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Let us know. What do you think? Do you guys think people are a little bit more high strung, a little bit more? I just feel like people are like a matchstick away from just losing it here all the time. I think I mean our gun laws are our Second Amendment is what it is, but people are always getting shot. People I'll say it this way. I've never been so happy that I moved out of California, bro. I was born and raised here. I love California, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna knock on wood and I'm gonna say I will never move back to California again.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm some people say, "Oh, I'll never move back to the U.S. again." I'm not gonna say that. But what I will say, here we'll take this call and I'll get back to that comment. Hold on a second. Caller, who's calling? What you got?
Yo, what's up? Young Fresh Global, Brooklyn, New York.
What's up? Brooklyn's in the house. What's happening, Jared?
Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Hey, man, Slick Rick, what's up?
What's up, bro?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I just want to, make a couple quick points. Definitely another great topic. When I had to do some numbers crunching a little bit, so I looked at San Francisco, for instance, minimum wage. Okay, minimum wage for someone at fast food, $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Now that's based on $8. I'm sorry, based on 8 hours a day,
Right.
times, assuming they're working 6 days a week.
Right.
That's $960 per week. Right. That is just now. Someone might say, okay, well, someone in the Philippines might say, all right, well, convert that for me. That 960 every week into pesos. That's 55,000 pesos a week.
They would go crazy over that. Yeah.
Multiply that by 4. Again, this is somebody who's working in San Francisco, working at McDonald's. That's 200,000 pesos. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, believe it or not, most Filipinos, and I know other Filipinos could correct me. Most Filipinos do not make 200,000 pesos.
They don't
every month.
They don't.
Now,
I can.
Why am I bringing this up? I'm saying because, as you said, right, the cost of living, man, it is ridiculous. Why is it that? Do you know what a Filipino can do with 200,000 pesos every month?
If they manage their money, a lot.
Yeah, it's just really crazy. And the next and the last point is goes back to what you were talking about when you were saying, like, the system is keeping us in debt. Why do you think one of the largest debt crisis in America is student loans? That's
Absolutely.
why when you go to school, there ain't no credit check. They're not trying to check with your ability to pay them back because, as you said, Richie, the government, they want to keep you in debt. They're like, no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to check your credit because we are essentially going to loan you the money with no strings attached. But guess what, buddy? You cannot discharge this in bankruptcy.
Ever.
You can't. Nope. And so guess what? Even if when you're ready to collect Social Security, you will pay me back. Anyway, the second part, I promise, this is the last one. Divorce. Divorce. Divorce is a business. It is cleaning people out.
Real.
People literally in America, they get divorced, let's say within 3 months, 4 months, and people are together, boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't want to talk about why Oprah did not marry whatever her partner name is for so many long. Literally, let's just say 20 years, right? And so anyway, I'm just saying, divorce is like a business here, and it basically broken a lot of people. So I completely agree with you, man. Everything is Slick Rick said is 5K. That I think is the average, because I have seen people in San Fran say that they are paying even more than that.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
easily.
So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, yeah.
Good talking to you.
But and he's got a point, because I mean, people I know are paying 5K in rent in San Francisco. And go ahead.
No, I was going to agree with you. I mean, basically, it all depends on who you partnered up with. I mean, if you've got roommates, and most people do, they just have to. You just cannot do it on your own.
Right.
You got to have a good friend, or just a roommate in general. I mean, it could be whatever, but you got to have a cool roommate.
Imagine being in the Bay Area, bro. Imagine being in the Bay Area, and you're a woman who couldn't get it all together, couldn't put it all together, and now you're in your 50s, you're in your 60s. You don't have a man, and you're trying to make man. Do you know what that's going to be like? Do you know what that's going to be like for those women in their 50s, 60s, living on their own? They're going to have to find roommates. And by the way, I think that's the grip. Make a website where you put old people together to live with each other. I think that's going to be my.
What are you going to call it though?
I don't know. Oldpeople.com. I don't know. Something like that.
Old hookups.
Old hookups. Something like that. Where old people just live together. It could be 2 women, 2 men, whatever. But they're going to have to though, because you can't make it if you don't have a partner. You can't make it here when you get old, unless you really put it together when you were a youngster.
I mean, I said to older friends of mine, like, I watch them, oh man, I got to look forward to that.
Right.
They're struggling, and most of them actually moved out.
Right.
They all moved to Vegas, or Arizona, and like they get further and further away.
Right. Right. I agree. I just think it's hard. I think one of the biggest reasons that I'm happy that I left the United States is just and again, I keep wanting to say, it's not that I hate my country. I don't hate my country. So anybody, you hate the United States? It ain't. I'm just, the cost of living, and in my opinion, the quality of life is better. It's just the quality of life is better. It's just better where I'm at.
Quality as far as like what you can afford, or you're comfortable, or quality like
all the above.
Like for example, like high tech stuff, or because I'm used to high tech stuff.
Right. Okay. So what can you do here in the city that you couldn't do in the San Francisco, like except for Waymo? I know you can take a Waymo, but I mean,
literally, if you wanted to be a hermit, you could order everything, have it shipped to you. If you wanted to be, I mean, I don't think you can do that, but I think just to answer your question, basically.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not high tech, but I mean, if you want stuff delivered, if you want food delivered, there's Amazon in the Philippines. There's Shopee.
Is it true Amazon, or is it Lazada?
No, it's Amazon.
It's Amazon.
Amazon has a fulfillment station in the Philippines now. It's growing. It's growing. So, I mean, there's certain things that'll take longer to get to you, but Amazon definitely, especially if you spend $50 or more, they'll even kill the shipping. They'll even kill the shipping costs if you spend more than $50. But I think you can get everything. The difference is going to be the food. I think maybe you can get more quality food in the U.S. that isn't deep fried and all that stuff. I think that maybe that's a bigger thing. And if you want to eat, I mean, but I cook for myself.
No, I go to restaurants. I mean, I've been to the Philippines quite a bit of times. I honestly, I don't eat food like, oh my God, this is a life for. Right. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie, it's okay. But when I go to somebody's home, you're like, man, this stuff is good.
It's good food. Yeah, people usually cook pretty good. Chang's mom can cook, and Chang can cook actually pretty good. So I appreciate it. But that's the only thing I would say that the U.S. has over the Philippines is the food. I think the food quality overall is better. There's less fried foods. There's more choices in foods and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, you're in the mecca for food here in the Bay Area, because you have every kind of food, anything you can think of. And somebody like they'll do the fusion. That's interesting.
And we don't have the Mexican food. I mean, quality Mexican food in the Philippines, bro. We don't have it.
You know what is a pretty good one, but you'd have to go to Angela City, Tequila Reef. It's not bad.
I never had it before.
Yeah. In fact, I'll say it then. Our Philippines dirty Mike, he goes there all the time.
Is that right?
It's really. I've been there a couple of times. Like, it's not bad. Like it has a nice authentic taste to it. The price is okay.
What's the name of the joint?
Tequila Reef.
Tequila Reef. Okay, all right. Tequila Reef.
Yeah, Tequila Reef.
Mhm.
It's not bad. I mean,
Right.
I would eat there again,
Right.
you know, and
Okay.
again, but it's just, you know, it's you would not expect it.
Right. Right. You guys, so you get, first of all, first and foremost, so our first poll question is this. Do you think the quality of life is the same as it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Do you think the quality of life in the US is the same? Do you feel like, would you be willing to venture out? Would you be willing to think about moving to another country? If so, what country would you move to? And be honest with yourself. Is it that you think the US is still the end all to beat all? Or is it that the thought of moving to another country scares you a little? Is it that the thought scares you, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What's it going to be like? It's so overwhelming. Is it because is it that you stay in the same place because it's just what you know? Because there's a lot of people like that. They just stay because that's all they know. I have family that they've been here in the Bay their whole life. They ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere because the Bay is what they know. But for me, I just feel like I'm willing to venture out elsewhere. Bro, I have saved every single month that I've been in the Philippines. I've actually saved. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I won't say I can't spend the money I make, but I mean, if I was spending just frivolously, throwing money away, I could spend the money. But I've been able to save, to put money aside, put more money aside.
Right.
I've not touched my savings every single month that I've been in the Philippines. And you can't. Can you do that here in the US? Can you, I mean, like literally be saving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every month?
It's tough. It really is tough. I mean, you have to, again, you have to have partnership. You got to be,
Right.
That's really the only way you're going to be able to do it.
Right.
And in some cases, take on 2 jobs. It's not crazy.
Right.
It sounds crazy, but you just have.
But it's what it is.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Is you got to take on extra jobs. You got to have a side hustle. You got to do this, that, something online, or be selling stuff on whatever. But I mean, but people are hustling. People are hustling.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. So in my opinion, I think the quality of life is one thing. Just the fact that you literally can, from my life, as much as I work, but I like working, but I don't worry about the cost of living. I don't worry about what anything costs. I don't worry about where I want to go, what I want to do. If I want to go, I can just go, and things aren't that expensive, even to other country.
Right. Now, and asking you this, would you consider yourself a workaholic, or you just do it because it's just you're able to do it now?
I think I'm on the fringe.
Yeah.
I think I'm on the fringe. You know what? I like. Am I a workaholic? I don't think I'm a workaholic. I like success.
Okay.
I like success. I like saying, you know what, I want to do this. And I formulate a plan, I put it together, and I start working toward that goal, and I start seeing it come to fruition, and I like it, so I do it more. That might make me a workaholic, but I don't think I am. I think I'm on the fringe, but not quite.
From what I know of you, I mean, the few times that we've hung out, you do like to enjoy yourself, you know, and you have to. You just get, otherwise it'll drive you nuts.
Yeah, I go out.
Yeah.
I mean, I go out on Wednesday nights. A lot of times on Wednesday nights, I go out with and meet John Smulo, California expat. He has a get together for all the expats in Manila, and in BGC.
Mm-hmm.
I get together with him, and there's usually like, I don't know, like 40, 50 people at his get together. So I do that on weekends. I'll get together with Ching, and we'll do some stuff on the weekends. A lot of times we meet up with subscribers. In the last couple of weeks, we met up with probably 3 or 4 different subscribers, had dinner and all that stuff. So we definitely get out and do stuff. We run races at least twice a month for sure. So
how do you run in that kind of crazy heat?
You don't.
You well hydrated? Or?
No, you don't. The races start at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So by the time the race finishes, it's no later than 7 o'clock in the morning.
So there's no heat there. I have often wondered about that.
Yeah.
Man, how do they do it?
Yeah, it's not hot yet.
Yeah, I would have a heat stroke.
We did a Spartan race like 2 years ago, and it started. I think it started at 7. I mean, by the time we finished it, it was like, because it was a 10K and it was a Spartan, bruh. It was hot. I mean, it was hot, and I was cranky hot. I mean, it was so hot that I was cranky about it, and I had an attitude. I really did. But anyway, yeah. But we get to go out and do stuff. We get to go out and do a lot of stuff. I just think the quality of life is much affordability. People are happy. I mean, people talk about the Philippines all the time. The people are hospitable. The people are happy. Um, I don't know, bro. I just feel like the quality of life is a lot better. And if you're a single dude out there, and your kids are grown and all that stuff, and you don't have any obligations here in the U.S., why wouldn't give me a reason you wouldn't want to move to the Philippines or somewhere outside of the U.S.
Can't think of any.
Yeah.
I mean, digressing back to what you were talking about
Mhm.
going out. There's one thing I want to do when I get there. And
What's
with
that?
you guys? I shoot some pool.
Millions of places. to
Yeah,
shoot
I just
pool.
want to shoot some pool.
Millions of places. Yeah, millions. I mean, I personally don't go to bars, but I mean, if I had dudes to hang out with, I would go to a bar and just hang out with the fellas and shoot some pool.
I mean, in that Polarization area, I think there's a place called Lips. I'm not 100% sure, but it's like a pool hall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
There's several. Pool
okay, there's several.
Yeah,
halls. It's just one that I just heard
over there. Yeah,
and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
got good music.
Yeah, there's a few joints.
So we're gonna shoot some pool when I get.
Yeah, there's. And I mean, look, you can shoot pool if you like hanging out at the bars. You can go to the bars if you like going out in the water or diving or snorkeling or hiking. That's one of my things is hiking. There's just so much stuff to do. There's so many areas in Manila or outside of Manila that we haven't even been to. I haven't even scratched the surface of being in the Philippines with 7,000 islands. I'll die before I'll die first.
Yeah, I've got several thousand to go. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll take this next call. We'll take this call and then we'll. Sorry. All right, caller, what you got?
How you doing?
What's happening?
What's going on, Rich? It's Chosen One. What's going on?
Hey, Chosen One.
What's happening, man?
No, brother.
What you got on our topic?
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Same.
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't think people are so much miserable in the U.S. I don't think that is. I mean, I think that's kind of a misleading, false narrative.
Okay.
Because the truth of the matter is this. You're right. Because most of the people that are here, we're in our older years.
Okay.
You know, we're like 50, 60. So it's kind of like when we ran out all our options, then we want to run overseas and talk about how bad the U.S. was, even though all our family is there, even though all our kids was there. And then we want to come up with this narrative like, oh yeah, it's miserable living in the U.S. That's a false narrative, brother. I promise you. It's not proper. It's not proper. And I just want to tell my story personally.
Okay.
Because the truth of the matter is this. Even when I was a young man, there was a lot of times I was poor. There was a couple of times I was homeless, not very long, but I was poor, you know. And I promise you, Filipinos will not get that, but your own people will. American citizen. And I stayed with, there was a couple of times that I stayed with American women. They had, Section 8 or food stamps or whatever. And, they helped me out. They helped the brother. They took care of me. My country takes care of me now. Will I ever bite the hand that feeds me? Absolutely not. But just to say that everybody in America was so miserable, I will never, ever say that. Those are the wrong words.
Well, I don't think we said everybody. I don't think there's an everybody. It says why are people so miserable in the U.S.? Not everybody. So I agree with you. I don't think it's everybody, but I understand that might be your personal truth, and which I'm cool with. But can we agree that would you say the quality of life is what it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago?
No.
Okay. So
I can agree with that.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Right. And I'm not saying again, I'll go back to what I said before. I'm never going to shit on my own country. I love my country and did my best to serve my country and applaud everybody else who did. But at the same time, to pretend as if it's the end all, the beat all, and that there isn't better out there, there's no opportunity for a better quality of life. I think we're just pretending. And maybe some people don't know. Maybe some people don't know that there could be a better that there could be a better quality of life because they might be a little afraid to dip their feet in the water and test it. And I understand that it's a big move. But I think it would not be fair to say that the U.S. That a lot of people, or that there's not a lot of people who are very unhappy with the quality of life, with their quality of life in the U.S. You still there?
I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I mean, but that kind of begs the question, though. I mean, if you want to talk about the quality of life because it's cheaper, this is the real question. Is the quality of life better in the Philippines or the U.S.? That's the real question.
I think it depends on who you are and what you consider quality of life. For me, I want peace. I want peace. I want to be able to, for me, I can make the same money in the Philippines that I make here in the US, and I want peace. I want to be able to live the life I want, be comfortable, and be able to put money aside, not worry about what I want, what this costs or what that costs, and be able to enjoy my life without worrying about what's going on politically, without worrying about the police pulling me over and being scared or apprehensive, without worrying about a lot of the stuff that I know a lot of certain groups worry about in the U.S.
But I want to hear from Slick Rick. Slick Rick, where do you think the quality of life is at? Is it in the U.S. or is it in the Philippines?
It's both. I mean, it truly depends on what you're after. If you want the food, the U.S. is going to be better. You want to go in here and there. The U.S. is still a little bit better. The infrastructure in general.
Yes, I agree with that.
But it's the quality of people. Now, the city mentality, it's a real thing. I mean, the people just they don't have time for you. And it's worse out on the East Coast. But when you go somewhere like in the Philippines, even if you're in Manila, people are kind of mellow. They don't have that get out of my way kind of mentality.
Nobody's in a hurry. So it still bothers me sometimes. Right.
So that would be, like I said, chosen. I would say it truly depends on what you're after. Now, I like what you do. I mean, you go back and forth to Colombia, you go back and forth to the Philippines. Mm-hmm. What would you of the three, U.S., Colombia, Philippines, which one would you say has a better quality of life?
Out of Philippines, the U.S. and Colombia?
Yes. Yeah. Those three.
Oh, out of those three, well, the truth of the matter is I've been to a lot more countries than that. I just don't share it, but that's why I'm starting my YouTube channel. But if I had to pick out of those three, I would definitely say Colombia for sure.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
Right. So that's fair. So we're in agreement that everybody's going to have a different idea of what quality of life is, and if you're willing to say, hey, I like Colombia better for X, Y, and Z reasons, then we can agree that certain people are going to feel like there are certain things in other countries that are better for them and for their lifestyle.
Right. But I never say Colombia just for the people. I mean, as far as the people, I mean, the Philippines have just as nice as people as any place on the planet. I promise you. They're just as nice. Mm-hmm. I promise you. But when it comes to just like the quality of living, like we're saying, as far as infrastructure, as far as like its food, it's a whole, we're talking a whole different topic,
So as far as the food, chosen, I'll be honest with you, the times that I've been to Colombia, that food was not good.
I've never been to Colombia.
It was not good. Dude, did I stutter? It was not good. I mean, I went to Barranquilla, I went to Cartagena, Medellin. Mm-hmm. I can't think of it, but I've been quite a few places. I mean, honestly, the presentation was great. The waiters, the waitresses, everybody was great. Mm-hmm. The restaurants are great. But then when you eat the meal, you're like, oh, yeah. It's kind of bland.
It was bland. See, that's the food in the Philippines. Right. I bring some slap your mama. I always bring some from here because I need to spice it up all the time.
Right. And we were in some of those. Cartagena was a little bit better. Right. But we were to a lot of different places, went all over trying to find good food. I mean, not knocking it. I'll still go, but I just wish the food was a little bit better. I'm not picking on you, Chosen, but that was just my thought. Right.
But okay, food aside, I mean, we could talk, and again, nothing's perfect. No country, no place is going to be perfect. So, I mean, if we talk about service, level of service or whatever, I mean, come on, man. I mean, the U.S. I mean, you got to earn your money in the U.S. The level of service is so much better. Usually, depends on where you are, and you can go to some McDonald's and get some terrible service. But I think the level of service is higher in a lot of other places than the Philippines. But overall, I just think the people are more friendly. I think the quality of life is better. It's the cost of living is a lot less expensive, and I enjoy my life better. I enjoy my life better. Chosen, what you got to close? Give me a closing statement.
Well, I just want to question. I just want to question Slick Rick because I do not understand these things. I don't know when the last time you was there, but I do not understand these things. First of all, in the West we have real beef. There's no carabao, and then they also have real cheeses. They're big, which of course the Philippines don't have cheese.
Oh, stop! I got cheese.
Milk or whatever.
I got cheese on everything.
No. Listen to the bigger picture. Listen to the bigger picture. Listen to the bigger. I don't understand. So you're saying you're saying that the food in Colombia is not as good, but you're willing to vouch for Filipino? Did I hear you correctly?
I just simply said that the food bland. I mean, I went to a lot of places, a lot of different restaurants, different types. The presentation was great. When you look at it, you're like, oh my God, it looks good. But then you bite into it, like, there's no flavor.
No flavor.
I mean, the Philippines is kind of the same way. You get a lot of bland stuff over there.
Yeah.
No. What's that? So are you telling me that Filipino food is better than Colombia? Did I hear you correctly? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know.
Hang on. In this case, I would say yes.
There you go.
Oh, so I never heard shit like that.
We got two different opinions on it. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, man, we appreciate your time. Appreciate you calling in and adding to the show.
You're the best, Chosen. You're the best, man.
Okay. All right. I like him. He always has a strong take, and I like that. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good things to say about the Philippines. I think I could say 20 good things about the Philippines, but look, I keep it real. And as far as the food in the Philippines, I'm not the one you want to ask for, unless you're talking about Ching's cooking,
right,
or Ching's mama's cooking. You don't want me vouching. You don't want to ask me to vouch for the food.
You have to kind of go a lot of different places in order to get that feel for the good food.
Right.
The stuff that it's kind of a hit or a miss.
Right.
Whether you're going to find something good or not. Yeah. And more times than not, it's going to be a miss.
Yeah. I don't. It's not that I'm saying the food is bad per se, but as far as like I can't say the food is better there than it would be anywhere else I've been. Anywhere. Right. We'll take this call. Hold on a second. Caller, what you got?
Hey, Slick Rick, it's good to see you, man.
Hey, how you doing there, Raymond?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful morning. So, with all due respect to Chosen One, the quality of life is better here. I mean, the prices, it's astronomical there. And you want to talk about the healthcare, well, the healthcare premiums, I know somebody there, healthcare premiums going up triple than what it is now. Prices are high. The quality of life I have here now, I love America. Let me get this out the way. Because Chosen One kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You can love your country, but still not agree with what's going on there. Both things can be true.
Exactly.
So this ain't America bashing. I wear the American flag.
Right.
So let's get that crap out the way. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. The quality of life here is better. When I was in America, nobody stopping me and say, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You need help with anything? You like it here?"
Right.
Everywhere I go, people don't even know me. You okay? You need help with anything? How you doing? Quality of life is better here. Now I ain't getting in no argument about no dang food because it took me a minute to get used to Filipino food here. Got sick in the mud, right? The first 2 weeks. But I'm good now. I like Filipino food. Depends on where you go to get it. If you go to Tagaytay, that's where SVD Farms, like I've been trying to get time for Rich and Chang to take them, it's off the charts. You you can go to S&R. If you want Western brands, Western kind of food, Western brands, you go to S&R. Get your membership, you know?
Right.
You can get good food here. Just depends on where you go. But if you just stay stuck up in the province areas and just your little area, your little community thing, well, then there you go. You know, you ain't got to eat street food, go to the Sorry store. Right. I do like going to Sorry store sometimes because it's right around the corner. But it just depends on where you are. The quality of life is better here. And you're rich, your question you ask. It's harder. Once you get a taste of this, it's harder. You know, and let me make this point. When you PWD, I ain't get this kind of help back home. You know, you don't get first in line, your leg hurt, too damn bad. You know, you stay but in line. When I'm here, the security guards, police come out of nowhere. They put you in the front, you know, if you need to sit down. You know, when you go anywhere, there's police everywhere. Kuya, when we went to the movie theater, this Kuya came out of nowhere. I ain't no way what, you know, it's malls closed when the movie's finished, escalator stopped. Kuya came out of nowhere, turned that thing on just for me to go down.
Right.
He made everybody else walk the stairs. You ain't getting this back home. I don't care. Love my country, but you ain't getting that crap back home. Roger the quality life here, no, I don't stress out as much. Everything, you know,
different ballgame
happened with my family. But yeah, hit the, chosen one. I love you, bro. I ain't never met you, but yeah, man, you can love your country, but still not disagree with everything that's going on there, because I do.
I totally agree.
You know,
appreciate you calling in, Raymond. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with that. And by the way, I think that was UDG calling in. Give us a call right back, bro. We got you. The line is open right now, so give me a call right back. On that line, people talk about the infrastructure in the Philippines. It's not great. It's not great, and we won't get into all the reasons why it's not great, but it's not great. But are we saying that the infrastructure here is that much better? I think when it comes to banks, certain things go way faster, or way more, way easier and stuff. But we're the only modern country that doesn't even have a high-speed rail. Name me another modern country that doesn't have a high-speed train. Every other country does. We don't have a high-speed train for all the political reasons. We know what the political reasons are. But we can't even, there's a lot of stuff. Even our BART. Look how old our BART is, bro. Our BART was there before we were born. Either one of us.
The earliest I can remember BART was like 1973. Yeah. I think I was born by then.
It's 1973.
I'm gonna guess 1973.
It was in the 60s. Okay, all right. But it's old. The system
it's not new.
It's seriously old. There are so many other countries outside the U.S. that are more modern, and they look at us because of our military might and our technology. And we're always on point with the technology a lot of times, but it depends on how you measure quality of life. It depends on how you measure happiness. It depends on it. For every person, they're going to have a different answer for different reasons.
Correct. That's kind of why I said it's all up to the individual,
right?
What they seek.
Right. I think my next point is, and by the way, DG, sorry we missed you, brother. Go ahead and call us back. I got the line open for you. I think the other thing here is, after traveling to a lot of countries, Europe, Asia, one of the things I learned about the U.S., about us versus Europe, people in France, people in Spain, people in Portugal, they don't work as hard as we work. It's just, it is what it is. For whatever reason, they are really high on work-life balance. They're super high on work-life balance, and we're over here trying to get it. And I'm one of those people. But it's not because I'm trying to stack material wealth. I like working, but we're over here trying to get it, and trying to comparing ourselves to this dude, and saying he's got a boat, I want a boat. He's got this, I want that. And instead of just enjoying life. And everybody is different about enjoying life, but I don't know, man.
Doesn't the average European, say you get an average job, they get like 4 to 6 weeks vacation?
No, bruh. If you work at freaking 7-Eleven,
right,
you start at 5 weeks paid vacation.
That's
plus all the holidays.
I'll ask you, you want to try to that,
Yeah. In Portugal and Spain, you get 6 weeks of paid vacation. Plus your lunch break is like 4 hours long, 3 to 4 hours long, because they get that siesta is
a country that has like 2 weeks.
Right, 2 weeks paid vacation.
And a 15-20 minute break.
Yeah, depending on what your occupation is, you might get a little bit more, but your point is well taken. They have a better work-life balance because it matters to them. But we're over here because we're trying to build up material wealth as if that's going to make people happy, and it never does. Yes, there's more opportunities here. Yes, there's more. You can buy a bigger house here. Yes, you can buy land. But show me when those things made somebody happy. When you accumulate all those things, show me more money, more problems for a lot of people. All right, we'll take this next call. I think this is DG. Hold on a second. Caller, what you got?
Hey, what's up, man? DG.
What's happening, DG?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Derek.
I'm like this, man. I mean, and oh boy was right about it. You can get anything you want for SNR, man. Every time I come over there, I spend about $500 at SNR.
Right.
That's just what I do. But and I can cook, so I mean, my wife and I, we cook together. But I mean, for the most part, man, and it's where you lay your head is where your home is at and where you want to be. I'm gonna have a party anywhere I end up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get there.
Exactly.
So, hey.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I love coming home. I'm here in my sister's house. She's got a nice place in a nice neighborhood. I don't have to worry about the only thing I worry about is the police here. I don't worry about crime. I worry about the police. So I mean, the life is good being around my family, but when I think about quality of life, and I just think about what makes me happy, and again, everybody's gonna measure happiness different, but I love the peace, bro. I love the peace of being out in the Philippines. Yeah.
Who says it's the end all be all? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't think every place is going to have their good points and bad points. I just don't think. I don't think that the U.S. is the end all be all. I don't think the Philippines is either. Some people might say it's Thailand. Yeah. Some people might say it's Japan. Some people might like Spain. I just think there's other places where people might have a chance to have even a higher quality of life. But I think the big thing is a lot of people they're afraid to leave the U.S. because it's all they know.
True. And my relatives are the same way. That's a long flight. I was like, well,
it is.
Flight is a flight to me.
Yeah.
It is a long flight, but hey, I have no problem with it. I like to travel, so I'll fly anywhere.
Exactly. And how I look at it is the money I save every month when y'all paying $2,500 to $5,000 a month, and I'm paying $500. The cost is nothing. Yeah, the cost is absolutely nothing.
It's off the change, man. And I just turned 63, and I'm at the point now. I want to start spending what I saved and made.
Exactly, bro. And you know what? I think about it more and more now, DG. I think about what am I going to do when I stop working? And I feel like I kind of live the life already. I enjoy working, but if I want to go travel, I can go travel. If I want to go any place, I have the freedom to go now. And I think a lot of that is because of the choices I've made in my life and choices of where I live. Because would I have the same freedoms or the same money available? I would definitely not be saving what I save. There's no way I would if I still lived up in the U.S.
And not only that, I don't care where you live. It's not going to be paradise. You're going to have to give up something to get something.
No doubt. No question.
What are you willing?
No question. Good point.
What are you willing to give up?
Exactly. You give up the infrastructure, or you give up maybe some medical care, or the expert medical care that we have in the U.S., but it costs. You get what you pay for, but you give up some of that maybe. But I'm near St. Luke's. Out there in BGC, so I have pretty good medical care over there too. But you got to give up something to get something. I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah, and it's getting better. I mean, you know, it's not as fast as I want it to be, but I'm good with that too. I mean, hey, if I have to go somewhere, I'll go. You know,
Absolutely,
not a problem.
absolutely.
But you know, it's all in what you make it. You know, I'm gonna be American to the day I die.
Same here, bro. I would, you know, people ask me plenty of times, hey, are you going to immigrate to the Philippines? I'm like, are you crazy? Oh no.
Why would you do that?
There's no benefit in me immigrating to the Philippines.
I feel more comfortable walking in condo than I do in LA.
Oof. Yeah, I do too. To be honest, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah. But look, I was in Tondo, bro, and it made me nervous. I ain't gonna lie. It made me nervous a little bit. Yeah, but I do too. But I didn't feel like I was gonna get shot. Right. My head was on a swivel, bro.
Yeah. That's all I got, man.
All right. Appreciate you, GG. Always, man. Take care.
Appreciate it, DG.
Right.
All right.
I was gonna say a few of my neighbors are actually from Tondo, and they say it's not bad, but I think they're seeing it from their perspective, you know. But they also
compared to here,
yeah. But they tell me, look, as long as you're not walking around at night by yourself,
you'll get.
That's when you got. Yeah. So you're better off walking around with a local,
right?
You know, even at night, you're not gonna have any kind of issue,
right?
As long as you're with the local, you're good.
Hey, bro, when we were in Tondo, I'm telling you, this is real. The little kids, it was like being in the hood. The little kids were throwing up gang signs, and all of them threw up the same. They all knew the signs, all of them. From I'm talking 6 or 7 years old to teens to in their 20s. They were all throwing up their signs, all throwing up their set, right? I mean,
now would you say that that's something that they've seen on social media, or that's just their local gangs?
It's their local gangs, but you know they copy what they see on TV and what they see in the movies. So they're all throwing up their own whatever their set was, but I mean, and they was watching me, and I was like, you know, okay, I'm you know, I ain't gonna run, but you know, you gotta keep your head on swivel.
Yeah, see what they can like stick the hand in the pocket.
Exactly.
That's what they're up to.
But anyway, so I think the money thing is another thing in the U.S. I mean, there's people who have good jobs, so to speak, but they're not saving. I mean, how do you have a family? How do you have a family in the U.S.? Think a family of four, right? Family of four we'll say in California, you make it. How much you have to make to have a comfortable life?
A family in California,
a family of four. How much do you have to make as a man?
I don't have a family, dude.
But I'm saying, how much would you have to make?
Oh man, I would say at least
hypothetically, how much would you have to make to have a family of four in California and live a comfortable life? Not rich, not lavish,
comfortable life. It had to be over 100K.
You could make 100K.
Over 100K. And a lot of it has to do with your partner.
Right.
You can't just sit there. I mean, you can. I mean, you there's some nice jobs out there, but at least 100K.
You got to make 100K. And if your wife works, if your partner works too, that'll help. You know, your partner makes 40, 50K.
Right.
You know, that'll take some pressure off of you, and you could do okay. Depending in California, you could do okay. But if you did that in another state that wasn't California, New York, or Hawaii, you would be okay. 150K between you and a family of four, you'd be okay.
Yeah, you'd be doing great.
Yeah.
But you mentioned they don't save. Now, what do you mean by they don't save? Because they can't afford to save? Because there are such things as 401Ks and stuff like that. You're kind of, I don't want to say forced to pay into it, but you do pay into it. You know, obviously because it benefit you later on in life. So, are you excluding that, or are you bringing that into?
Well, I'm saying a lot of people live. The majority of people in the U.S. live paycheck to paycheck, bro. The majority of people, and I would also say, what would you say? The majority of those people. I mean, most of them have something that they put into their 401k, 2% to 3%, up to, what is it? Up to 6%. I think you can put in. Something like that.
10%.
Is it 10%?
10%.
Okay. Yeah, but I think most people are living paycheck to paycheck, bro. I don't think most people are. Do you think there's anybody? Let me ask you this. Unlike in China, it blew me away. People save like 60% of their salary in China. No joke. Blew me away. Do you think that's crazy? Do you think anybody is saving more than 20% of their money.
I doubt it.
I don't think so either.
No. Again, paycheck. I would agree, paycheck to paycheck. But it also depends on where you live. I mean, if you live in California, you do have to do that.
Where
like if you live in Idaho or something, where it's the cost of living is not that much.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Mississippi is not, but
Mississippi, everybody broke over there. Everybody broke in Mississippi.
Never been there.
Yeah, I've been in Mississippi. I've been in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been all through. I've been in, I think, 43 out of the 50 states.
That's impressive.
And yeah.
When you're in the military, or
no, just traveling. Okay. Just traveling, and plus playing ball. You know, sometimes you're at different universities in different states. So but otherwise just traveling actually.
Nice.
Yeah. So but my thing is, I mean, if you have a job and you're making $60,000 a year, $70,000, can you have now? If you're making $70,000 a year in the Philippines, what can't you do?
You be the king.
You're the king, right? You're the man, right?
Right.
Making $60,000 to $70,000 in California, what can you do? You gotta have a car.
You would struggle.
You're gonna struggle. You can't forget being a king. You're gonna struggle.
Right.
You're gonna struggle. Now, if you make 70,000 in some other states, you might do okay. You might can live a fairly comfortable life in some other states. Fairly comfortable life. But you ain't gonna be the king.
No.
You're not gonna be the king. You can, I mean, you gotta have a car to make it to live in the US, right? Pretty much. You gotta pay insurance. You got car payment, insurance, your rent, your what else? Your electricity, your gas, your internet, all that stuff, and your healthcare. Your healthcare is the killer. Food costs, killers. So I mean, again, that same 5,000-6,000, and that's not even that much. I mean, but in the Philippines, you're the king. You're a king living on that.
Yeah, you don't have a lot to worry about over there, with that kind of cash.
As long as you don't you keep your health, right? And as long as you put some money aside, and with your health, you can have, if you're on a healthcare plan, you got a good healthcare plan in the Philippines, it's going to cost you a hell of a lot less there than it does here. And hopefully if you can get into a decent hospital, they'll take decent care of you.
No, generally it's the Cebu and Manila that has the better.
The one in Davao.
Now there's also, in fact, we'll bring him up again. Our Philippines journey, Mike. He talks about Clark and that hospital.
Clark is going to be a hot spot in the next few years. Yeah.
I mean, and I've seen that hospital. Whoa. That sounds nice.
It's supposed to be like state of the art.
Right. That was my impression. I've actually seen it. Whoa, that's a nice place. If I got sick.
I've seen pictures of it. Excuse me. I've seen pictures of it. It looked pretty cool.
It is. It's what it looks. It actually looks better. I mean, as a person, but you walk in, that's not a rinky-dink hospital. That is a nice place.
Right.
Right. Well, if you got sick, okay, take me there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm near a good hospital. That's all I say.
Right.
Yeah, at my age,
right.
I need to be near a good hospital where I feel comfortable, where I feel like when I go in, I'm going to come back out.
Well, when you get our age, just all these little aches and pains. I mean,
right.
My little incident, you just have to be. You have to have that good health care.
Right. You guys call in. Tell us what you think. Give us your opinion. Is the U.S. the end all, the beat all as far as quality of life, as far as happiness? Is the U.S. it? Is it it? Is there no other better place on this planet to live than the U.S.? Give me your opinion. I want to hear it. There's no wrong. Your opinion is what it is. So give it to us. Call in and give it to us. Right. Real quick. Well, we haven't gotten to the comments at all. So let's read some of these comments. Let's see. Read some of these comments here. Let's see. Anders said, "Yeah, but the UK, at least London, has great Indian food." Let's see. Right. Yeah, London. Yeah, they got a lot of Indian.
I love Indian food.
Jack some Indian food up. Hey, you can get good Indian food in Manila.
Really?
Yeah, there's some good places. There's some pretty good places with some legit Indian food, right? That's another group of people that immigrates. I mean, they find ways to get outside of their country and build stuff, right? Let's see, what else? What else do we have? Black Box said. Sorry, let me see. What's shaking in the live stream? All right. What's up here? Medical City, Clark, 15 minutes from there. Who is this, bro?
The professor.
The professor. Okay, professor. Hey, give us a call and let us know what do you know about the new medical facility at Clark. I've been checking it out because somebody asked me about it.
Right.
And I've been checking it out, and it's supposed to be state of the art. But I know that a lot of new buildings, a lot of new condos are going up near there, and so I think it's supposed to be a good place to move. I wouldn't mind moving up there.
He said one night cost him. That's a dollar sign. It's not Philippine peso. $1,500.
$1,500. Okay. Oh, better be something. Okay. All right. We'll take this. Caller, what you got?
How you doing? It's me calling back.
What's happening?
Hey, children.
How you been?
Good. Still good.
Since we spoke to you last, we're doing good, man.
nothing bad happened in the last 10 minutes.
We haven't fought yet, so.
No, we're just having fun too.
Absolutely.
And, I was just calling in, keep the stream going because I appreciate the stream. I'm a loyal fan. I'm a loyal fan. If nobody else is a fan, how about that?
Thank you, Chosen. We appreciate you, bro.
You're the best, brother.
But I mean, as far as you made a statement, Rich, as far as end all be all. To be honest with you, that's my message from the beginning. It's never been an end all be all. The U.S. has never been an end all be all.
Right.
Even us, as far as like in the Philippines, it's never been an end all be all. It's a big world. And that's the message I've been trying to spread for so long, but nobody truly gets it.
I'm with you on that.
The end all be all.
Chosen. I absolutely
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. There are other places that anybody could say are better, and again, it's not to rip the U.S. because I love my country, but to say that the U.S. is the absolute best country to live on this planet, I don't know. It depends on your perspective. So I'm with you on that.
It's not the best. It's not the best, but I will never turn my back on my country. But it's not the best.
All right.
But I'm not gonna go to the extreme and say that the Philippines is the best. What are we doing here?
No.
We're doing something horribly wrong. We're doing something horribly wrong.
No, you will never hear me say that the Philippines is the best country in the world to live, or anything close to that. Anything close. What you will hear me say repeatedly is that I enjoy my life and I enjoy the quality of life that I have in the Philippines. But to say it's the best country in the world, come on now, stop. Quit with that.
But this is my message. Only because that I understand that I'm trapped in the bubble. Everybody here is my friend, especially Slick Rick. He's going to be the moderator of my new channel. He already told me, he promised he would. But besides all that, everybody is in a bubble, and I promise you, the world is a big place. You just got, for example, you have I don't want to say his name. You have SS. He's in Vietnam. He says he loves the place. Guess what? I've been there 2 times 5 years ago. And once you expand your horizon, you will not be caught in this bubble. You will not like we're really beefing and arguing like this is the only place in the whole wide world.
But it's because people don't know.
You guys got to get over that. You guys got to get over that.
Yeah, I actually
Rick, you agree? I'm asking Slick Rick. Slick Rick, do you agree?
I agree, brother, because I've been all kinds of different places like you have, and you just got to do that for yourself. You got to, in a sense, treat yourself, but you just got to go. If you have a thought about going somewhere, just do it. And if you're there a week, 2 weeks, a month, if you like it, spend some more time, keep coming back repeatedly. But you just got to do it before you deem that something is better than others. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong.
I just think there's multiple places out there that people don't know about because they've never been to.
Exactly.
They've never been to. But
Americans in general don't travel as much. I mean, to be honest with you,
only 48% of Americans have a passport.
That's the whole thing. Because I mean, to be honest with you, I've been coming here for 10 years. I'm gonna say this. I don't want to use up all the time. I'm gonna let your other guests get some time. But I will tell you this: in the past 10 years, it's always been the Philippines and Thailand, and it's always been either or. And I don't know why that has always been, because a lot of people that's been to Thailand, they never come to the Philippines, and they just stay there. Or the people from the Philippines, they go to Thailand, and they always rush back. I don't know why that is.
In certain cases,
you know, it's like people.
I'm sorry, Joe. In certain cases, I think people can get intimidated by Thailand, because of the communication level of it, and whereas in the Philippines it's generally easier to communicate. And I really think a lot of people don't like to travel because of that, the communication aspect of it. You know what I mean? But it's so much easier now. I mean, you got your Google, your Google, everything. It's just so much easier to do so. A few gestures here and there, a few lines here and there, you can go a long ways. But I agree with you, Chosen.
I agree with you. No, I mean, as far as the language spoken, no, it's definitely a challenge. It's not easy. But I mean, some of them do speak English. I mean, don't get me wrong, they absolutely do. But I mean, but my whole thing is, I'm like on a whole different plateau, because I'm not even talking about Southeast Asia at this point. I'm talking about South America. I'm talking about Europe. I'm talking about Africa. But everybody's in this small little bubble. I'm just telling everybody, get out of this bubble. This is pure nonsense. You do not understand what I'm trying to tell you. I promise you, the world is a big place. That's all I'm trying
Almost
to say.
200 countries.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Later, Chosen.
Yeah, there's almost 200 countries. I mean, I was having lunch with my client today, and I told him one of the things I'm helping, I want to go to Africa. I've never seen Africa. It's 54 countries in Africa. I've never seen any of them, right? If you ask most Americans how many countries in Africa, they have no idea. No idea.
They think it's one.
Yeah, they think that people literally think it's one country. There was a poll taken from Americans, and they asked, what's the capital of Canada? Do you know that most people do not know the capital of Canada?
Actually,
the capital? It's Ottawa.
I was going to say like Ontario or something like that.
It's Ottawa. But that's how small, in America, that's how small our world is. Only 48% of us even have a passport. Of that 48%, I think only 30-something% have ever used their passport. And then the small portion, either they've only gone to Canada, Mexico, or to the Caribbean. Right, so they haven't ventured out, and they haven't really went a whole bunch of places.
My passport's full. My first two.
I'm on my third passport.
Me
now.
too, bro.
Right. Hold on, we'll take this call. All right. Caller, what you got? Go ahead.
Yeah, right again. Rich, you hit on something.
Hey, Raymond.
Before my mama's passing, she said, I regret not going to the Philippines, regret not going to Africa. That was her dream, but like that in a way, she had one of her few last words, she said, I should have went sooner. Because she wanted to come here.
Right.
But she got sick and she couldn't.
Right.
Peach talked her in. He said, we got you. You come here, I got you. Then she was just had to go, but then she passed. And one of her last words before she gave me a hug that I never saw her again. I should have went sooner.
Yeah, so the message is get out and go. Get out and go see other countries.
I'm here. I got her on myself.
Yeah, get out and go see other countries, do other stuff.
I was sorry to get emotional because it's about to be her birthday this month.
Oh boy.
But sorry to hear about that, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, but like you were saying, 40%. That's shocking that only 40% of people only own a passport.
48% of U.S. people in America
actually use it. Yeah, how many people actually use it? There's no such thing as utopia. You just got to be happy. It don't have to be this country versus that country.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that way. You just got to be happy wherever you are. Where you have your peace of mind. I got peace of mind here. It's safe here, despite what people would tell me. People say you're just gonna get robbed over here. It's so much dangerous over here.
Right.
And what I would say is, do you own a passport? No. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you just got to be happy where you are. There's no such thing utopia. Vietnam is on the come up now because now they just passed a law. Everybody got to learn English. From starting with grade 1 on up, they got to learn English, and then they're gonna expand it throughout the country. You're gonna learn English. So Vietnam's on the come up.
Vietnam's been on the come up actually. They've been on the come up. It's a good place. Yeah.
It looks like a nice place. So you just got to be happy where you are. Like Chosen said, it's a big world, but I think it takes courage for people to you get told so much, you're in the States, it's always political, it's this, that, this the best thing, America's the best, America's can be great, but things are going the way it goes. You just got to do what's happening for you.
Absolutely.
So, my mom, that's what her dream was, to go to Africa and to go places. My mom was a brilliant photographer. I ain't talking about with no cell phone. I'm talking about just straight photographer. She was fantastic, She had her art. She had some of her stuff displayed back in Louisiana. Shout out to people that's living in Louisiana. But that was her dream. She wanted to see Africa. To visualize it, to take pictures of stuff. That was her dream. But life got in the way. She got real sick, and she just never could. Life got in the way, and she told me, "You got to go." She told me, "You go do you." I couldn't leave her. She just kept telling me, "You go. I'm gonna be okay." And I was like, I couldn't leave my mom like that. But she said, her last few words said, I missed her.
Right.
Well,
the good thing you heeded her message, and you got out, and you're able to see the world and go do different stuff and see different places. And God bless your mom, and hopefully she can have her dreams now wherever she's at.
My dad was kind of the same way. He never got to travel, because his family, he never, he passed the cancer, prostate cancer. Man, you got to get your PSA levels checked, get checked. That's every man everywhere needs to get checked. Because, my dad was a little stubborn when it comes that way. He don't believe in showing weakness. And that kind of got him in the end. Right. But so, this is me doing it through her.
We appreciate you calling in, brother.
Faithful here. So, y'all take care.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, Ray.
Appreciate you.
Be good. The professor has a nice question.
What's the question? You go ahead and read it. Yeah, you got it.
He said, question, which one is it? The big world or small world? Help her brother out.
I think it's both. And it's a good question. It's kind of a deep question. Because I think it's a big world because there's so many places, there's so many opportunities. I think our world, we make our world small because it's all we know, it's all we're used to. And we can stay in this bubble. We get caught because that's what everybody else is doing. So that's what we do. But I think we can make the world so much bigger. But in the US, we don't want to because we live this very comfortable life. Even our poor people live a better life.
The richest, poorest people in the world.
Exactly. So, I mean, even our poor people live so much better than people in most countries in the world. So I think we're kind of spoiled children in a way.
Right.
And so I think you don't know what you don't know. But I think there's a lot of countries where you can live a very good quality life and enjoy yourself. Just like Chosen said, I mean, it's a great question. It's a big world and a small world.
I like his question. It truly depends on how you look at it. Whether you want to venture out or whether you want to just stay put. I mean, that's why I say just do yourself a favor. Go. If you had any thoughts about it, just do it. Go for it.
Go.
And just don't think about what's going to happen here, what's going to happen there. Just do it.
How can you appreciate living in the U.S. when you have nothing with which to compare it to? All right, we'll take this call real quick. We'll follow up on that. Caller, what you got?
Hey, it's Black Box.
What's happening?
I didn't know that was our boy Slick Rick there.
That's what's happening, Black Box.
Did you notice I wasn't moderating today?
No, I didn't see him out there today. And that little picture you got, I'm like, who's that dude with Rich?
That's
You know, good looking dude.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend.
I'll add to that the thesis about the world getting small. The world has gotten smaller in comparison because of the internet.
Absolutely.
It's made everyone close. But as far as geographically concerned, it's still quite well. Because like you say, there are a lot of people who never either too afraid to travel or they do the ghetto travel. Or they'll go on a cruise ship to Cancun or take a boat ride, but they don't go really go nowhere.
Exactly.
Like my brother just went to Greece. I'm taking into the Greek mythology because of my background. Right. So he brought me stuff back to Greece. So, I've never been to Greece. I've been other places. But it isn't for everybody. I mean, we have to understand there are people that have never even left their neighborhood, yet alone live in another state. Forget about another country. I know dudes that lived in New Jersey and Jersey City and North their entire lives and never even left the city.
Right.
That's
the Bay Area. Yeah, it's like the Bay.
Right. So people do have an encapsulated view of the world because they don't either want to expand their mind, and that's through the lack of reading too. One of the things I did during my military time, but when I had time off, I used to travel, and I had liberty and go places that my mom had always wanted to go, and I'm going back to what my name was talking about traveling, but mom didn't. My mom didn't either. But what I did was I went places and came back with stuff. Tour. Look, I came from here. I came from here. I went this way. I got that. He never actually got to go, but I brought her things.
Right.
She seen it through my eyes. She introduced me to the world through books, through her eyes.
I got to travel bug from my parents. My parents traveled all the time, and that's why I got to travel. And my father was in the Navy, grandfather and great grandfather. So they told all the stories, So I got the travel bug from them, and so I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, see, I come from my father wasn't there, but like I told you before, my great granddad too.
Right.
So, but he never, my dad never had a travel bug. I just got it, but I did.
Right.
But if I never went in, I probably wouldn't have to travel bug either. But it isn't for everybody. Just Joe Pa just said he's happy to visit BGC, but don't want to live in the Philippines and rather stay in the States. That's fine. It's not meant for everybody.
Exactly.
You can take a little slice of something and not deal with it and just have it in pieces. And as far as America being the best, you can look at it in that way, yeah. But look, like somebody just asked me, and I'll get off. The time when you're living comfortably right now, you're not hurting. Why are you leaving? I said, well, yeah, I'm comfortable where I am. I bring in enough to be comfortable, but I'm bored.
No. Why enjoy life? Go, get out and do what you want to do.
Right. I don't want to just sit here and say like old pair of jeans. I want to get out and do stuff.
Right.
And I can't afford to do that here. I can live here, but I can't live. You know what I mean? I can exist, but I can't live.
Exactly.
I want to live. So
you want to be comfortable. Right.
So I can go and use that as a base. So then I can fly other places and see other things.
Sure.
Because I can afford to live in the Philippines and travel. You can't do it here in the States.
Right.
You still got to work and bring in good money to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's more trouble with the passport and all that other stuff, and a lot of restrictions. And here's the one last thing I'm going to say. The airports are getting harder to get out of. Because now you can't fly without a passport just domestically, or you got to have that little star on your ID, on your driver's license.
Right.
True ID now.
Yeah.
So if anybody think about traveling now, you better do it now because it's going to get to a point where it's going to be even harder.
It's going to be even harder. All right. Appreciate you, brother.
All
appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Hey, take care, guys. Take it easy. Quick.
Always good to see you, brother.
Can I read that?
Chosen. I want the next interview.
The next interview. Oh, okay. Chosen. That would be cool. I think we talked about that a while ago. I think that would be super cool.
Is an interesting fellow.
He comes with it. Yeah. I mean, appreciate. I don't mind someone having a different idea from me.
Mm.
Makes me think about things from a different perspective. I want to ask, and my question is, how can you say, how, not you, but I'm saying in general,
Okay.
how can someone say the U.S. is the best country and they've never been anywhere else? How do you say that? Based on what? Based on some research you've done on the internet,
entitlement
from other people's opinions? How do you go out and say the U.S. is the best country in the world, blah blah blah, and you ain't never set foot outside the U.S.? A lot of people literally have not set foot outside of their own state.
Yeah, Blacklock just mentioned that he has cats that they don't go anywhere outside of their own city.
Bruh, I know people because it's their whole world is that small. Forget your state. Some people, the Bay, they never even leave the Bay, bruh. I don't know. I just don't understand how people. I do think our country's a great country. Don't get me wrong, but how do you know it?
Right.
If you've never been anywhere else? How can you compare? How do you appreciate?
That's the key.
How do you appreciate
it when you
ain't never been anywhere else?
You will learn to appreciate what little you have.
Exactly.
If you've been and seen some of those people, how happy they are. The first time I went to Cebu, we flew in right after a typhoon, typhoon hit, and then these people were just like devastated.
Right.
What I know is like, even though they're devastated,
they weren't tripping. They were still cool.
They're happy because they're alive. You know, even in their house, their little house, whatever you want to call it, completely blown down. But yet they're enjoying it. Like they're having a good time. Like I thought to myself, oh,
right.
If we had earthquake, it was like it devastated my house and my neighborhood. Like I'd be like, oh,
exactly.
But they were happy people.
I think there's people who have figured out that money is not the end all, the beat all. Yes, in the U.S. we have so many more opportunities to make money. There's so many more ways to become rich. But you can do all that stuff. But I think, again, you use it as a tool to live the life you want. You use that money as a tool to live the life you want, or to have a comfortable lifestyle for you and your family. But I don't think it's the money is not the end all, the beat all. And therefore, in my opinion, I don't think the U.S. is the end all, the beat all. I think it is a great country. It's one of the best in the world, undoubtedly. But to say it's the best, still, I don't know. I don't know.
Again, with my original thought, it's what you make of it.
It's what you make of it. It's what you make of it.
And you got to appreciate what you have, and that's where people go wrong. They don't appreciate it.
I agree. Do you think people are stressed out here in the U.S.?
It depends on how, if they're living paycheck to paycheck.
People are stressed out.
There's a lot of it. You can see it. Like people are, when you walk around, like there's just have this kind of
road rage, bro. Road rage. I think the road rage is a microcosm of how people really feel internally. I really think so. I just think it's their way. When they're on the road, they can let it out. They let it out, and
half the time when road rage, it just comes out. They don't even realize they do it.
Exactly.
It's just because it's that day to day going back and forth, back and forth. And you're stuck in traffic, and then somebody does something where you consider dumb or stupid. It's just like
you explode, right?
It's like you're done.
Yeah, I think there's just so many things where they're on edge. So many people, and again, not everybody, but there's a lot of people that are just on edge here. They're like really on edge, and it doesn't take much to set them off. It really doesn't take much, and I just think a lot of it is because they don't have a lot of options. They don't feel like they have a lot of options, and I think even though they might have more options, they're afraid to explore them. They're afraid. They're so scared to go outside and explore or try something different, because what if they fail? Well, if you fail, you're gonna be exactly where you are now. You ain't gonna be nowhere further back, or nowhere further forward. You're just gonna be where you are now. You start all over again. Right. But what if you find something that's better? What if you find something that for you is better? I don't know. Anyway,
you'll never know.
You never know until you go. Right. You never know until you go. This is a short live stream because I got work to do and I got family to visit before I head to the East Coast. But I want to do this live stream. I promised my man Slick Rick that we was going to get together because I knew we would. But I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. You got last words for this for this live stream?
I just want to say that I appreciate all you, everybody, and I appreciate the respect that you have for each other. You make my job easy. I mean, you and Chang, you make my job easy. Not really a job; it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun. We have a good audience. I think we have a very educated audience, and a very cordial and an audience that's very articulate, and that for the most part don't feel like they have to attack people to make a point and all that stuff. And I appreciate that about them too.
And I think you had said, not to cut you off, but you had said this last live. I would have never met people. I would have never met you if I hadn't clicked on. And I'll just throw him out there. Smoothly brought you up on there. Like, I'll check him out. And I said, wait a minute, man. This guy has a vibe that I recognize, and that's what attracted me to this channel.
Right. You know what? I'll say this like seriously. One of the things that drives me and motivates me is that at this age, it's hard to make quality friends.
Right.
And I've said this ad nauseum. But there's no way I would have made the friends or met the people that I've met that I like and that I, in my mind, will be lifelong friends if it wasn't for this channel.
Exactly.
And so whether we make $1 million or we make $1, again, is not even important. It's academic for me because of the things that I get to do, the places I get to go, the people I get to meet, and I have a good time. I have a great time, and to me, it's added to my quality of life.
I look forward to the day that when I get to meet some of the viewers, just hoping we could have this one meet and greet. It's tough to ask somebody to go fly somewhere across, but if it should happen, it would mean so much to all of us to find me, I mean, we know each other by our handle, the handle and everything, but to finally meet that person, I think would be the best.
It's been so cool to have people come out to Manila and we get to sit down and have dinner with them, or go here, go there, show them around Manila, or just do stuff together, and meet those people that you're like, wow, man, he was really cool, or they were really cool, man. And then you look forward to them coming back, or they're going to come back and move there, and you're like, wow, that was super cool. So,
but these are people you would have never met.
You'd have never met otherwise.
I would have never met you if I hadn't asked you. Where are you from?
Yeah, exactly.
Not everybody references Bart, and you didn't even realize you had called it Bart.
Yeah, didn't even know. Didn't even know. I want to give this quick shout out. Here, hold on.
Mr.
Why is it doing that? Oh. Okay, there it is. Mr. A member for 4 months. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. As you guys know, definitely, if you want to join our channel, join our channel. If you're a member, you get to see all the videos first. 12 to 16 hours before everybody else sees them. You get the videos, the shorts. You get everything first before everybody else does. And we usually add something special for you too. So you guys definitely, if you want to join our channel, definitely you can go on to any of our videos and hit the join this channel link, and it'll do that. Last thing, Ching's not here. She usually does the promo, and you usually run it on here too.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about traveling to Manila or to the Philippines, or if you're thinking about visiting the Philippines, book a consultation with me and Ching. We will answer every question you have. You can ask Mike, ask Alex, ask anybody, ask Cliff, anybody. Ask what it's like and book a consultation with us. We'll answer every single one of your questions, and we will make sure that your experience living out in the Philippines is practically worry-free. And all you got to do is travel and enjoy it while you're there, right? So that's my last words. Thank you. Thank all you guys for joining us. I appreciate your patience. I'm super busy. Ching's still working on her PhD, so she doesn't have quite as much time, but trying to get together with friends, trying to see family before I leave is a task. I have a huge family and a good friend circle here in the Bay where I grew up.
I just want to personally thank you for having me on.
Sure, bro.
I was like, I hope I wasn't that.
You know what I'm asking. I want to tell you guys, Slick Wick, he was terrified, you guys. He was so scared. I said, dude, it's easier than you thought it was going to be. No, let me keep it a buck, dude. Was it just
no.
Once
I got the hang of it, basically.
I told you, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Hang tough with us. While I'm on vacation, I'll bring you a couple more videos, a few more videos, and some thoughts of mine about living in the U.S. comparing to other places I've lived in the world. And you guys share your ideas in the comments. Let us know what you think. In the meantime, in between time, thank you so much for being part of our audience, for being part of that Richie Rich Abroad fam. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next live stream, and actually the next video, which pops off in about 30 minutes. So be sure to check out our next video, which if you're a member, you've already seen it. So there, right? If you're not a member, check out our next video, and the next one will be in 2 days. So we'll see you then. Until then, I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich Abroad, and I'm here with my dude,
Slick Rick.
That's who he is. That's who he is. Runs the show. He produces the show, and make sure that y'all stay in line. So make sure.
I do have an itchy trigger finger.
So. The man's got an itchy trigger. Better itchy trigger finger than an itchy anything else.
Yeah, you don't want
those, right? Anyway, all right. I'm Richie Rich for Rich Rich Abroad. Deuces. We are out.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.